Blairing Out Show.
This is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show, backstage at the 2008 Warped Tour with David Warsop of Beat Union. How you doing today, David?
I'm good today, Eric, man. Not too bad. It's first day of Warped Tour, first day for us ever out here. So, I don't know, it's going to be crazy. It's been an experience the first day and it's 2 more months, so.
How was the crowd reaction today?
Really good, man, yeah. We couldn't have asked for anything better. They seem to take to it really good. People seem to enjoy our stuff, and it was a pretty busy crowd, do you know what I mean? So, no complaints, really. We had a lot of fun.
What was it like growing up in Birmingham for you?
There seems to be so much more opportunity out here, do you know what I mean? It's like, especially all around sort of California and LA. And which is obviously where we've recorded and where our label's based. So it's like another world out here. Do you know what I mean? Birmingham's definitely a bit more of an industrial city. It's a lot of cars, a big like motor industry there, and a couple of large factories closed down in the past few years, and left a lot of high unemployment, basically people losing their jobs. So that affected things a lot, but. I mean, it's a pretty average life, do you know what I mean? We haven't all had it crazy rough, do you know what I mean? We haven't been on the streets or anything. We've had roofs over our heads, and we've been able to. It's hard to get ahead, do you know what I mean? We haven't been to university or college or anything like that, or got any great career, but we've managed to sort of work sort of day jobs and just keep things going so we could play our music. So it was nothing exciting, but I don't think we've had the worst upbringing ever, do you know what I mean?
Do people still live on the dole there?
Yeah, you do get some, yeah. It's not, I don't think it's as bad as it was, but my brother just got off the dole actually, and he's come out and he's merching for us on tour.
That's great.
So he's totally psyched.
Well, a lot of people may not know that you've been working at this since 1995.
95 was probably when myself and Dean first started sort of writing songs. Playing in bands, through school. That's kind of crazy, man. I don't know, when you put it like that, Eric, it makes you realise. Been doing it a while now.
Just to name a couple of the bands that you were in before, Shooter McGavin and Shortcut to Newark.
Yeah, man. A few 7-inch record deals just out, on independent punk labels. And that's even the word kind of it. An independent label here is completely different to an independent in the UK. Like, I'm talking 500 7-inches pressed with photocopied covers folded in like a punk rock kid's bedroom, a bedroom run DIY punk rock label.
When you were a kid, at what point did you realize, hey, I've got the gift, I can do music?
To be honest with you, I don't really see it like a gift. You know what I mean? There's still days when I watch certain performers and I watch certain bands and they blow me away, and I'm like, blimey, like I'm never going to be that good. Do you know what I mean? I haven't got what they've got. I haven't got a gift like them. There's certain performers that are born to do it, and I'm not sure if I was born to do it. Do you know what I mean? I guess that I may have a certain amount of talent to be able to play guitar and write songs and sing a little, but no, whether I was born to do it, I don't know. There's some people that are definitely born to do it.
But Dave, I mean, the Sex Pistols proved, and the early punk movement proved, music is not about how awesome you play guitar. It's songwriting, and it's structuring, and it's sound, and it's something that people want to hear.
Fire
yes.
And attitude and having something to say, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you guys have got it. You're writing great songs that are energetic and poppy, and at the same time in your face.
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, don't do that anymore. Don't look at those other people and compare yourself to them, because Beat Union is an entity in itself.
Cheers, Eric.
That people can't compare with.
Well, that's amazing, man. Thank you. You've obviously got the faith, so if you're believing in us, then cool. But I guess I don't know. I know the time then I knew I wanted to try and play guitar anyway and write songs was actually, I've been listening to a lot of music and brought up on music with my parents playing records and stuff. But I remember actually seeing, it's a bit of a random one, but I saw Dinosaur Jr. perform a song on a British TV show called The Word, and that kind of changed me. That was like I was like, whoa, I want to play a guitar. You know what I mean? I want to join a band.
Tell me about the John Feldmann of Goldfinger connection.
We're sending demos absolutely everywhere, you know, anywhere possible. And out of hundreds and hundreds that we sent out, one of the few replies was John, and he was like, I want to work with your band, I love your songwriting. You know, we'd send him live footage, and he was just like, I'm getting you guys out here, and let's start recording and try and find a deal, man. Let's try and get you guys out touring America. And here we are.
John Feldmann actually paid for you guys to fly out.
Yeah. If John is behind something, if he loves something, he's 100%. Do you know what I mean? He's all out. And that's, you know, there's not many people, I don't think, in the music business, you know, it can be quite sort of fickle and fake. And John is definitely not that. He's everything but that. And, you know, he was just like, he was trying to get labels interested before we recorded, and they were just like, oh, they're English, they're too far away, too much money, blah, blah, blah. And then, and we just thought, oh, it's not going to happen then. But then John turned around, he rang us, and he's just like, I don't care. I believe in your band, and I love it, and I'm paying for you to get out here.
Yeah.
You know? And you can't really knock that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a solid geezer.
Tell me about the personalities of your drummer, how he came to be in the band. I know he used to be in the band Amen, which was pretty much a hardcore type of band.
Yeah.
And then your amazing bass player.
Luke, our drummer, actually, we've known for a long, long time. Dean's first band, I was playing in a band with Dean, but Dean played in another band, and Luke was drumming for that band when Dean was about 13 years old, and they actually played their first live show together, which is pretty crazy. And then a couple of years went past, and me and Dean played in another band with Luke. That was Shooter McGavin that you were talking about, and then that band split up. And we were all kind of playing in different bands around the Birmingham music scene. Some Amen were really interested in Luke. I can't remember what they saw him at a show. He was playing in a band, and they played in London. I think it was the band called Little Hell, and those guys were just really impressed with Luke's drumming, because he's just a nutter on stage. Yeah. He's an animal. I seriously don't think I've ever seen a drummer hit the drums as hard as Luke does. You know what I mean? But yeah, they really liked him, so they offered him the gig, and he ended up spending a couple of years out here. That's how Luke did that. I mean, we're all fans of so many different types of music. You know, I guess there's a certain kind of style where we're coming from with Beat Union, but that's not to say that we don't listen to all kinds of music. And Ade was playing in a band called Farce, again on the Birmingham scene. Mine and Dean's old band, Shortcut to Newark, supported Farce on tour a few times. And Farce actually did really well in the Birmingham scene. They're probably one of the bigger bands to come out of it, you know, in the last few years. But eventually that came to an end, and you know, Ade was doing sort of solid touring with that band. It was just to do with timing. We needed a bass player, and we bumped into Ade in town one day, and he just said he'd really like to try out, and so we tried it out, and it worked, and we all got on, and he was just like, Ade's such an amazing performer. What
are your hopes and dreams at this point? I mean, you're pretty much living your dream here on the Warped Tour.
To be honest with you, mate, it's so hard to put any more goals on it, and because we're so overwhelmed with what we've already achieved. I mean, like I said to you before, me and Dean started working on our music a lot harder than we used to in the past few years, because we were like, well, we've got nothing else, you know what I mean? And if we don't try, then we'll never have something else. So it wasn't like we expected it, or it's like, man, you know, we've got something. We're so unbelievably talented. We can go out and we can do this. It was, you know what I mean? We're not those kind of people. We're humble guys, and it was just like, let's give it a bash. So obviously you have to have confidence, you know what I mean? Otherwise you wouldn't try and go on tour. You got to believe in what you do, and we believe in what we do, definitely 100%. But as for any more hopes or goals, it's I really can't say, because we've just achieved way more than we ever thought possible, and everything else that we do now is just a bonus.
Nice.